Warning, the player selections you're about to see may flop miserably. FPL TV cannot be held responsible for any of your own transfer shockers. Please, FPL responsibly. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Fantasy Premier League Point Predictor, the series where I select 5 players that I believe will score 4 points or more in the upcoming FPL game week. Within these selections, I must include one defensive option, alongside 2 midfielders and 2 forwards, with one of each of those having to be valued below the price of 8 million. Also, I'm limited to choosing just one player per team. As always, if you are enjoying the series, please consider supporting FPL TV by dropping a like on the video and subscribing to stay tuned for more FPL content. Before I start making predictions for Game Week 29, let's take a very quick look back at my choices from the last instalment of the Point Predictor and see how I got on for Game Week 27. So again, just 2 correct, with no inspired choices, and only the premium players delivering me points. Thanks as always to all of you that entered your own Point Predictor selections via the entry form below, where once again, not one person correctly predicted 5 out of 5 players. If you'd like to play along again this game week, then feel free to comment your choices below, or to receive a shout out in the next video, all you have to do is follow the link in the description and get all 5 predictions correct. So let's move swiftly on now to the Point Predictor picks for Game Week 29. So this game week, I'm going to kick things off with the any priced midfielder and also the any priced forward together, because the usual suspects Harry Kane and Mohamed Salah simply have to get the nod again this Point Predictor. I apologise to not mix things up recently in these categories, but I haven't got anywhere near 5 out of 5 selections this season, so I have to stick with the bankers here. Especially seeing as Liverpool and Tottenham both have very nice home fixtures in Game Week 29, so these 2 players are simply unavoidable. It's important to note that both players have midweek Champions League games, so you could argue that there is a slight risk of rotation, and I have kept that in mind. But with Liverpool being 5-0 up in their tie, and with Tottenham having a gap of Saturday to Wednesday, I think both players remain safe bets to play a large portion of their games. Harry Kane hasn't exactly been prolific in FPL points recently, but he's certainly been consistent, scoring in 4 of the last 5 games. And notably, he bagged 2 goals against Huddersfield in the reverse of this fixture earlier in the season. Mohamed Salah has returned points in 10 of his last 12 appearances, so he's surely a safe bet too. So with those 2 bankers hopefully bringing home the points in Game Week 29, let's see if I can pluck up some good picks from the lower budget players for a change. For my defensive option, I am going to go down the budget route and select Watford's attacking fullback Daryl Janmaat. This is a selection based purely on fixture, with Watford hosting bottom-placed West Brom at home. West Brom are on a run of 4 straight defeats and have by far the league's worst goal-scoring record away from home, mustering up just 7 away goals all season. So the chances of a Watford clean sheet look pretty good here, and that was evidence enough for me to back a Watford defender. But under their new management, they are hitting a little bit of form, winning 2 of their last 3, and Janmaat is a player who loves to bomb forward and offers some goal threat. So potentially there is a chance of some attacking returns too. For the budget midfielder, I've selected West Ham's Marko Arnautovic. His opponent Swansea have been reinvigorated since the appointment of their new manager, so this may not be the wisest of choices, but it's a selection based on my gut feeling, with some stats to also back up the decision. In the last 8 meetings between these 2 sides, West Ham have only lost to Swansea once, winning 5 out of 8, which includes wins in each of the last 3 meetings. Arnautovic is an FPL player in form, returning points in all 7 of his previous appearances before the blank against Liverpool in Game Week 28. In that game where he did blank, he still managed to hit the woodwork, have 2 goal attempts and create 2 chances, which is quite impressive considering Liverpool's very good defensive record at home. With Swansea playing well of late, West Ham may not win here in this game week, but Arnautovic has been very consistent and threatening lately, so I fancy him to get some points regardless. For the budget striker under the value of 8 million, I've chosen Brighton's Glenn Murray. For this choice, it really depends on his opponent's Arsenal and which Arsenal decide to turn up for this game. After a lacklustre 3-0 defeat in their League Cup final, the fans of Arsenal will be demanding a performance. So they're either going to respond, or they're going to continue their terrible away form this season. I've banked on the latter, with Arsenal conceding 22 goals on the road and only picking up 13 points so far. Even if they decide to turn up, defensively they've been pretty woeful anyway, so this gives an informed Brighton side the chance of scoring some goals here. Glenn Murray has 4 in his last 4, and Brighton have scored 7 in their last 2 home games, so hopefully Murray can have some involvement and bring home a correct green tick for me. And that wraps up my Game Week 29 point predictor. As always, I really hope you enjoyed the episode, so be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you did. Don't forget to submit your own choices via the entry form in the description. Good luck to you all for Game Week 29, and I'll catch you all next Game Week.